So we are here for Eastchester Vault Week 1. I appreciate all of our people joining up from the 2007 team. We'll go over the Eastchester-Harrison game in a little bit, but first off, I want to just mention some of the guys that have decided to join up. We have seven people from the team, or 8, including myself here. So I just want to kind of start and introduce some of the people that have come in. I want to start with the offensive line first, and I think starting with Greg Kutzin would make the most sense. So Greg Kutzin, he's number 54. He was an offensive lineman and a linebacker, and I believe finished All-State by the end of the season. So Greg, welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Happy to be here, Tone. Thanks for doing this. Good to see everybody.
All right. Within that offensive line, right next to Greg Kutzin at right tackle was he was a junior at the time, Kevin Doherty, and his number 77. He played offensive line and defensive end. So Kevin from California calling in. What's going on, bud? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Great to be here. Some of the best memories from this season. So it's awesome to be back with everyone.
Absolutely. And some of you guys will know the next one, who is Coach Vin Todino's younger brother, though he's a lot bigger than him. He was our left guard and defensive end, and he was a very physical one at that. That's Mike Todino. Mike, welcome. Thanks for coming.
How's it going? Love the team. Glad to be here.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Now let's go to we just call him the heart and soul of the team. So Andrew Reese, number 11, played some corner, but he's also the captain of the special teams, as you're about to see. Anytime 11's on the field, keep an eye on him. He starts to create a lot of havoc. So Reese, thanks for stopping in.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Hey, listen, state champs in the heart till this day.
And that's not an Eastchester football helmet that he stole. Or that is definitely not an Eastchester football helmet that he stole. Going to our junior wingback, running back, I guess you would call it. Also the starting safety, number 32, Chris Perugini. Chris also had a very good senior season. You'll see him a little bit later on as well. But we appreciate you joining up, Chris.
Thanks for having me, Tone. This is great. I miss you guys. You know, this is the best time of our lives. So it's great to look back and relook at all these memories.
Thanks, Chris. Our quarterback, who was not the tallest player, but he played like he was 7 foot tall this entire 2007 season. He was number 12. He was a junior, and that's Joey LaRocca. So what's going on, Joe? Thanks for coming in.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
All right. And last but not least, and certainly in the way this game goes, number 36, John Costanzo, senior captain, and also Greg Kutzin was a captain. I forgot to mention that, but John Costanzo, number 36, kind of has the game of his life. You're going to see a lot of him in this film. So what's up, John? Thanks for coming.
Thank you, T. I just wanted to admire what you're doing here for this program. I think this is awesome. So happy to be here.
I appreciate it. All right, boys. So what we're going to do now is, and I guess for those that don't know, I am Coach Panio, but back then in 2007, I was a senior captain, number 80. I played tight end and outside linebacker, and this was my senior season, and we're starting with a very memorable game here. So what we'll do is we're going to just play the video the first 3 minutes. You guys just keep yourself on mute. If there's anything you want to add before the game, like this is kind of just a summary to try and give everyone like an idea of what the game was like. For those that weren't there, for those that maybe forgot some things, this is kind of like an overview and a summary of what's going on. If there's a sound issue or something, let me know. This is our first time doing it, but we should be good to go. All right. 2007, where the Eastchester Eagles will be facing off first the Harrison Huskies. This is a very big game in a couple of different ways. First and foremost, both teams come in with very good records. Eastchester, I believe, is 6-0 at this point. Harrison is sitting at 5-1, but both teams are undefeated in their league games, so they're both sitting at 5-0. So it sets up a very simple scenario that the winner of this game is going to win a league championship. This has been an improbable run for the Eastchester team at this point. To be honest, the year before this, both Eastchester and Harrison were in very different spots. The year before this, Eastchester was a Class B program and has been for the last 10 to 15 years. They recently, in 2007, moved up for the first time to the Class A group. And that's tough for a couple different reasons. Number one, there's a lot larger schools. Number two, the competition is just generally a little bit more physical and a little bit better. So the fact Eastchester sitting at 6-0 was pretty improbable, to be honest. The previous year before this, Harrison had just won the Section 1 Class A 2006 championship. So they are coming in as defending champions. So just in that notion alone, this sets up for a very big game. But you add a couple different things to it as well, makes it a little bit more interesting. First and foremost, Eastchester, Harrison, right, haven't played in over 5 years. And to be honest, Harrison has won pretty much every game over the last 20. Eastchester hasn't beaten Harrison in maybe over 20 years. So you put the fact that it's for a league championship game versus the defending champs versus a team, you haven't beaten in a long time. It sets up a very unique scenario that a lot of the players in 2007 were excited to take part in. So this is for the league championship, and it is a great game from beginning to end. First and foremost, you'll notice that Eastchester has a very potent rushing attack. I believe by the end of the season, they actually led the state in rushing yards. They're led by a couple of different players. First and foremost, they're led by junior quarterback Joey LaRocca running the triple option. Senior fullback John Costanzo, senior running back Liam Byrne, and junior running back Chris Perugini. All of them you'll see throughout the game are going to be getting carries, but you'll notice John Costanzo, the senior fullback, is pretty much going to have one of the games of his life, rushing for over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game versus a very disciplined and good Harrison defense. The Eastchester offensive line, paved the way in this game, as you will see. And it's a very potent rushing attack that is going to be going on with both sides. Harrison also has a very good running game. They also have very talented quarterbacks, very talented running backs. So it just makes it to be a very good game. Harrison gets off to a good start, as you'll notice, but you'll notice how this game really becomes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's going to come down to the final quarter. And despite having a very potent rushing attack, Eastchester will have to throw the ball to end up winning this game. And they'll actually bring in a freshman quarterback, Tommy DiCarlo, to make one of the biggest throws in Eastchester history, to a tight end that maybe a lot of the current Eastchester football family will be very familiar with. With that being said, it's a very exciting game. We hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you guys are entertained by it. And we really appreciate you turning into the Eastchester Vault Week 1. So with that being said, without further ado, we'll be getting started with Eastchester Harrison 2007 for the Section 1 Class A League B Championship. We hope you enjoy.
All right, so before we actually go into the game, I know that Joey wanted to say something, and I just wanted to open up to you guys just in general. If there's certain things that you wanted to mention before the game, please, by this point, do let us know. And Joey, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. I could, rant about this forever. A couple minutes here, just stay with me. Mostly for the younger guys coming up in the program, just to let you know where I was before this season and in the off season. Like Tony said, we were a Class B team. We got moved up to Class A. So I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't, a little bit scared, a little bit nervous, kind of questioning my own ability, and all that. But, I worked hard. I really just, made this thing my life. I didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't want to embarrass my teammates and the team. So I really just gave it my all. I knew Harrison was on the schedule, all season. And, I really, followed them and, they were always on my mind, dating all the way back to April when the schedule came out. I remember just being up late one night. I was going through some of their old highlights and everything. And, I was just really wondering, are we going to be able to hang with these guys? Because, their highlights were really impressive. They got a great coach there, just intimidating team, intimidating presence. And, here we are 13 years later. We were 9-1. We had a great season. We made the Final Four. And, just to the younger guys, it's okay if you're, not sure if, you're going to have a good, solid varsity team or a varsity season, but if you make it your life and you really work hard, you can do it. We did it. If you have great teammates around you who, kind of share the same beliefs, you guys can do it too. You can be here, 15 years from now looking at your highlights.
I appreciate that, Joe. Really well said. It was funny. You remember, I remember Mike Todino. I remember like in the first week, maybe you remember, Mike, we were playing Panis. And like every day in training camp, you're like, oh, we got Harrison. We got Harrison. I'm like, Mike, no, we got Panis this week. And like, oh, no, then we have Lords and we have Portchester. He's like, no, we got Harrison. So this is a game, even though it was the last game on our schedule, I think a lot of us really highlighted as the game we really wanted to win. So it's funny you said that, Joe. Anyone else, you don't want to share anything, any of their thoughts before this game? I remember, being nervous as hell, but I also knew I thought we could really beat them. So anything you guys want to share before we start the video here?
Joey, I appreciate you making us all feel very old.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy to say. 13 years?
Anyone else? Kutzin, I thought you wanted to say something.
I want to say let's kick off and light this candle. Come on, I want to see the highlights.
Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. The school thing at the bottom there, but I don't know. We definitely get off to a slow start. I think facing them at their home field for a league championship.
Intimidating.
Yeah.
A lot of tradition with Harrison.
Yeah.
I remember Boyer telling me in the locker room that I was getting the ball on the first play of the game. And I remember being so amped up and so focused. And I think I got about 1.5 yards on the first.
They shut us out this first series. I think we go 3 and out. There's that 3-4 defense they run. I gave it to Johnny. Yep. All right, so I think
1.5 yards.
we have to mention is Justin Nader, our starting center, is out this game, and our one technique. And Nick Gizzo steps up at center, and he has a great game. He let up a tackle there, but he was awesome this whole game, guys. Seriously. Yeah, they're flying to the ball.
Yeah.
They got the names on the back of their jerseys.
Intimidating, no doubt about
They
it.
really were.
They got a great band.
Yep.
They're a football program. That's what they were.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, we weren't a team that threw the ball so much. So that was 3rd and 11, but that's still a running down for us. So we go 3 and out. And Liam's our punter. He's our running back and our punter. I don't think it's a very good punt here. Ugh. This is not an ideal start, getting the ball in plus field position.
I remember the field was a little muddy too, hard to get the footing.
Yeah.
I kind of tripped up on the first run. Chris, on his last run, tripped up a little bit, and that was just
Yep, for sure.
added to it.
Kevin Doherty with a nice tackle there. Johnny Martin, we do the box score, I think led our team in tackles as a sophomore. I think he had 9 when it was all said and done. So he had a really good game, at least in terms of tackling. But it's like 2 similar offenses. They're running the triple, we're running the triple. I got some talented boys out there. What's interesting, I think I remember, is they ran 2 quarterbacks. They had 14 and they had number 7. And both of them were very similar. I think 7 was a little bit of a better thrower, but they alternated 2 quarterbacks at the time, and they're both pretty good.
Yeah. Number 7's mother was my first grade teacher.
All right, Mr. Lilly.
Lilly.
Right. The 4th and 1, we almost stopped him on the quarterback sneak, almost forced a fumble, but they get it. Like Todino on the ground. 51. Keep an eye on 51 in this game. He's a strong end. There he is. 51 with the tackle. Nice play, Mike. Might have been on a cab there. Remember that stunt?
I would say at this point in the game, Reese already lost his voice.
My heart is racing watching this right now. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
did we win this game?
I don't know.
I'm
We won
nervous.
before we even walked on the field.
Not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah.
Oh
my. This is Kevin Bronner, our sophomore.
I remember this play.
Corner. He was just so far off there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Well,
Got us on our heels a little bit after that. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I would say about this team is, like, I remember I'll go back to the Beacon game. Like, we never lost confidence. Even I know watching at the end of this game, we're down and we're kind of like walking up to the line.
Yeah.
Not like a lack of sense of urgency, more just like a confidence in ourselves, I think, speaking for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we say we had all these nerves, but I like as the game got going, it did feel like any old game. So I'm gonna let the this is their first touchdown. I'm gonna let this kind of just play. I believe this is their touchdown. They end up running a comeback.
Chris got to move over. Here we go, rollout pass.
So that was Claudio Della Carpini, number 21. You guys remember anything about him?
I remember everything about him. We go all the way back to basketball in middle school. He was always crazy mature for his age as a 13-year-old. Jump out the gym, just a crazy athlete. He was something. He was a really good athlete.
Pretty sure he hit a 54-yard field goal our senior year, Joe.
Yeah,
He did.
With them.
freak athlete. I mean, he I think he legit ran under a 4.5 40. I mean, he was, and for Kevin Bronner, our sophomore corner, to play on him first game is not easy. But Claudio doesn't have much of an impact later on in this game, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I kind of winced a little at this point in the game. Like, all right, well, here it comes. This is Harrison, but you remember Coach Fred's speech, before the game about, how this game's going to be a fight and how we're going to have to take a punch. And I think that speech really resonated because this was our first punch. We got hit pretty hard. We got 3 and out. They went right down the field and scored like we weren't even there. And we need an answer drive in the worst way, and we're going to get it now. So let's see what goes on. And again, 36 going.
Yep.
Little buck left for 6 yards.
We start running it at them a little bit more, and you'll see the real strength of our team, the line. You guys just bulldoze them.
I'll definitely talk about it more at the end of the game, but like, I've been now in the program 15 years. This is still one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line. I mean, the 2003 one was really good. This one, the 2015 one was really good, but like, I mean, you're definitely in the conversation being the best one I've ever seen. And that's not me being biased. That's just like just watching film. I mean, Doherty, Kutzin, Justin Nader, Nick Gizzo, Mike Todino, Nick Orlando. I mean, guys are awesome.
Studs.
As a fun group, we as good as we were, we had about as much fun, I would say.
And
Fun crew.
Coach Joe was a big reason for that.
Yeah.
100%. Where's he these days?
He's in Connecticut as of right now. He coaches his son in Connecticut.
At like a prep school or high school somewhere?
High school, yeah, New Fairfield.
Yeah, that makes me
cool.
feel old thinking his son's now playing offensive line somewhere. A little kid used to run around practices.
He's going to play college lacrosse.
Oh, my God.
All right, so this is an interesting play, Joe. I want to ask you here.
Yeah.
All over.
You lost your footing?
Loses. Let me go back. So you lose your footing, but like you realize something here on this play, right, Joe?
Yeah. Well, I think what happened, it was midline, I believe, right? And Kevin was blocking the read, the guy that I was supposed to be reading.
Right.
And always Coach Boyer would say, if something like that happens, you can pull it and go. But Johnny, I think, I don't want to speak for him, saw a massive hole and he wanted that ball. So we were both fighting for it because I think we both kind of saw the same thing.
Yeah.
You're about to see why I wanted that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're forgetting my eyes aren't downfield. Yours were.
All right, I'm gonna unmute the video here. I've got a big play coming.
The Red Sea.
Oh, he's a horse.
Look at that speed.
Bull.
Maron.
At 5'6", 40 speed.
That was, I don't know. You ran a 5.6 40, but you look like a 4.6 40 this game. You were grooving. So not to go into the schematics of everything here, but this is the same play that you fell on, Joe. And I think this time we just gave the ball to Johnny, and he just went.
Yeah.
I mean, Kutzin and Doherty both have great blocks here. I mean, Kutzin gets the linebacker. We block out a little bit.
Big holes.
Yeah, that was a big hole. And I guess gives us that answer we needed, because they just went down the field and scored without a problem. We got the answer, and we're going to tie it up. And that was a big confidence boost, because it wasn't a trick play. It was our basic stuff, midline right, boom, broke through for a 40-yard touchdown, and got us right back in it. Let's give us a little.
That was our offense that year. We get 7 yards, 6 yards, and then boom, we bang them for a long run. It's awesome.
100% right. And I got to say something. And I
Just like the Giants this year, right, Kev?
Yeah, it's like the Giants. I
Something
got to
like
say
that.
something about our special teams. Our kickoff team was excellent. After the first game versus Pass, we let up 2 touchdowns. I think we moved Nate onto special teams. Obviously, Reese led the way a little bit, but Nate has 3 tackles on special teams this game. He just got one there.
Yep.
Who's a senior first-year player at receiver. For him to be as good as he was there.
Yep.
They run sweep here for a 15-yard gain. I think they go right down the field and score again. They might score in 3 or 4 plays. It's just oh boy, here we go. I guess they're as good as everyone says. And Johnny Martin, nice tackle there, 42. Yep, I think this is the touchdown. So a scheme thing, we actually messed up here, and we were on the double pirate, the Husky. So we're all supposed to tackle the fullback, which we do on the D line, and our linebacker is supposed to get the quarterback, but both of them get caught up in the crap, and Robbie misses the tackle, unfortunately. So. I don't know. Now I'm starting to get nervous because our defense was so solid this year. And for us to let up 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, it was oh boy. They're going to put a 50. They're going to put a 40. But, we start catching on a little.
Be ready to take some punches.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Chris.
I just had a heart attack.
I honestly don't even remember this until just now, Tony. Holy crap.
Me either.
You got it. Thank God. Because that would have been bad. We would have had the ball in the 10.
Thank God.
Not the best field position there.
No.
On the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got the ball to Liam there. Is there a D-line? Oh, my. I got us on that one. Might be the first throw of the game coming up.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, I remember.
Let's see. Yep, it looks like a wheels to Chris.
They covered that pretty good, I think.
All right, so we got a 3rd and 11 here, and let's just play the video, and then let's talk about this play because there's a lot that goes on.
That was some play.
All right, let's start with the runner. Johnny, talk to us.
What a run.
Johnny the horse.
But by the time I hit the 50, I couldn't breathe.
All right, that's a moment right there that I'll live with a long time. Because I think there's so many players that I've coached that would just step out of bounds there. And I remember running after you, kind of slowing down, thinking you're going to step out of bounds. Do you remember who this guy was, 23? Reese does.
I'm trying to think of his name. I actually had a class with him at Iona in college, and he brought this up to me, and I can't think of his name.
Yeah, his name.
Didn't we see him in the Bahamas too?
His name's Frank Balco.
Yep, that was
And
me.
he was
The
their
scout team.
he was their big trash talker.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you kind of just like pull this little step back, I couldn't believe it. As we continue to play, though, there's a moment.
Bye, Balco.
There's a moment right there that this ends up becoming a penalty, blocking the back. Good call, I'd say, right, guys? Unfortunately, by
Yeah.
It was
It's good hustle play by Chet.
Great teach tape.
It was. It really it really was great hustle.
Thanks, Chet.
But yeah, no, definitely a clip.
I mean, speaking of great hustle, though, can we just point out number 54 on this play?
Yeah.
Who ran all the way
Running
down?
90
Oh,
yards.
Tony, nice block right there.
Yeah, that boy
Oh,
number
and cut.
strong.
Who actually beat me to the end zone on this play? Greg Kutzin.
Our right guard was a former fullback too, so he had little wheels on him back then.
Johnny looked like he was running out of gas around the 50-yard line, so I had to escort him a little bit.
Number 51, Mike Todino. I know we're past this, but you just give up on the play here?
Yeah, I was gassed that way before that.
Johnny, you were Marshawn Lynch before Marshawn Lynch.
I couldn't believe you.
I should have grabbed my crotch and dove into the end zone.
The best 20-yard gain in Eastchester history, I think.
Yeah, with the penalty. I will say this just from a standpoint of just like, I remember actually thinking of this in the game. It was, you know what? Harrison has the aura about them. They have this kind of way about them that we were, not intimidated by, but we had to stand up to. But on a 3rd and 10, we literally ran our most basic play, red 10, midline right, and went for a 90-yard touchdown. At that point, I was like, you know what? We could definitely stay with these boys. We could definitely compete with these boys. And we got to start to believe that because we're not running any crazy stuff. This is our offense, and now it's gashing them. I think that was very important for us to see, even though we didn't get the touchdown there.
Yeah.
We had a great fan turnout at this game, too, and I think that really fired them up, too. They
Yes.
got really into the game
Great
after that
point,
one.
Kev.
Unbelievable point,
What was
Kev.
the total attendance at this game?
I don't know. It was as big of a crowd we've played in. I mean, the game before versus Nyack, the homecoming was pretty big, but for our fans to travel like this and pack the stands was unbelievable.
Nyack was awesome.
Yeah.
That was like a real night game feel.
That's a future Eastchester Vault game, guys. A couple of months down the road, maybe.
We're going to edit out those PATs, though, right?
In that game.
Yeah, we can edit those out. But though that's a crucial point in this game, as we'll see soon, our kicking situation. Yeah, Johnny, you have any energy on some of these buck runs you're running over here?
I don't even know why I was still in the game at this point.
Should have put Kutzin at fullback at
Yeah,
that.
hold on. Who's our backup fullback? Do we have one?
Johnny
Probably
Marley.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Mark.
Oh, Johnny.
The other Johnny, yeah.
He would have been serviceable for sure.
Yeah.
But Johnny's feeling it this game. Yeah, I felt like this game. So for those that don't know, Joe LaRocca at this point has probably rushed for over 1,000 yards in 6 games. So I mean, I feel like they're just keying on you this game. Seemed like a game.
Yeah, it was, Harrison kind of ran the same offense as us. They definitely know how to, stop the quarterback. Definitely not one of my better games, but got great teammates and Johnny and everybody stepped up. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so we got a 4th and 6 coming, 4th and 5. And for those that don't know Eastchester football history too well, this is definitely a running down. This ain't a passing down.
Yeah.
Let's see what we run here. Veer? Yep. On midline. And he fell down. All right, so now there's a situation like we didn't score after Johnny's run. We're down 14-7. We haven't stopped him yet. So we need to stop in the worst way. I think Kutzin gets us going here, I believe. A very big tackle in the backfield.
Reese is still yelling at Chet on the sidelines.
That's the one time in my life that I was screaming at my teammate. And I still feel bad till this day.
Yeah. Let's hand off to Balco. That's a nice tackle, Chris. Chris 32 got in there pretty good. That's a safety coming up in the backfield. That's pretty good stuff.
Yep.
I was light too my junior year. I was like 135 pounds probably.
Well, like Nona says, you don't eat.
So this we get a defensive encroachment. puts it to a 3rd and 5, which this game they love running pitches. I really could have picked this off if I'd read it better. But we get him short. And this kid, I think is number 12. He broke his shoulder there. So they lose a receiver there at this point. And I think Claudio Della Carpini is going to hear it. So there's a 4th and 2, and then this guy goes off sides, which we really needed. 22. I'm not even sure he was a starter. That was big. We needed that.
What number was Justin Siegel?
3. The fullback and linebacker.
Yeah.
He was good. I mean,
He's a really good player.
He was a good player. They didn't give him the ball as much, but he was a good linebacker. All right, so there's like probably, I don't know, 6 minutes left in the second quarter. We get ball at we don't get ball at half, so it's a big drive, obviously. And pitch out to Chris. Oof, good hit.
I remember, yeah. Oof.
Took that
Those
one.
boys hit Harrison. They were strong.
Joey to Liam Byrne. Nice completion there on second down.
Yeah, we needed that.
That was counter. That was the play we were running versus Nyack like at will for like 10 yards a clip. And we tried to run it versus Harrison, and they were just ready for it. Nyack's the team we played the week before this. They're ready for that. There goes 36 again.
Tough. It's tough.
What a game you had, C. Yeah.
So tough.
Running hard, man.
Did we sneak? You got it. I still, to this day, and I say this all the time, Joe, your toughness throughout this entire season, and especially this game, is unmatched. Like, you would have 4 or 5 guys tackling you, and you get right up, run, get the next play.
Thank you.
There we go. Joey's going free now.
Yep.
I probably got about 3 minutes left in the half here. Got a nice drive going.
Yeah, we needed this, like you said.
Johnny on a buck. Just never seemed like you went down with the first tackle, John. The whole game.
Because he went against me at practice.
There is some truth to
Toughened him up.
I know we're being sarcastic, but there is certainly some truth to that.
For sure.
We didn't practice late. That's for sure. Some hitting going on.
Especially this week.
Yeah. That time, their nose guard Sable got Nick Gizzo a little bit. I tell you, Nick was great the whole game, though. Probably about 2 minutes left in the half right now, which is good. We're controlling the clock, limiting their possessions. Chris on the rocket.
Get up.
Run. Gets us to a first down and goal. This is something this season we were so good at, just being on the goal line and converting here.
Yeah.
Did a really nice job. I guess these games weren't even any different. Another rocket to Chris. It's cool to mention, Joey, you used to like run the offense, meaning you got 3 plays on the line and you can go either this play, that play, or the other play.
Yeah.
Right? So you were really calling a lot of the game here, which is, kind of cool.
Yep.
Right.
It was mentally a little stressful, but I was coached really well during the week, and I just had to make sure I was ready every week because I was running the show.
Yeah.
See, we switched spots here.
Yes, there's a reason.
Speed option.
Running speed option. I don't know why. I think in practice they told me to move out, so I move out. And, I moved out, I guess, too far, so, it wasn't smart. It ends up running there. All right, so we got a big play coming. Let's just watch it, and then let's talk about it because this is ballsy, I guess you'd say. Dumb? I don't know the word. I wish Liam was here to talk to him, but here it comes.
That's awesome.
That was beautiful.
That
Joey,
was-
nice block too.
Ballsy. Yeah. Oof.
So
A
for
lot
those
of things
who don't
going through
know,
my brain there.
we have no timeouts. So if we ran what's called a rocket toss pass, so this is basically you're going to toss it to the running back, and then we're going to throw to number 4, Nate Prince. So Nate was covered, but I remember in the huddle, we made it very clear, Liam, if it's not there, just throw it out of bounds. Liam must have heard, no, we need to score on this play. So if he gets tackled in bounds here, the half is over. We don't have a timeout to stop the clock. There's only 8 seconds left. But the dude made a play.
Jesus.
If there's one kid on our team who could have made that play, it was Liam.
Yep,
I
100%.
don't think anybody else could have made that.
I mean, the grand scheme of the game, this is a huge play, but this is one of those that if it went the other way, where we're not in great shape. But that's why it happens. That's the big moment that we need.
Meant to be.
Yeah, we tied it there. And I think it's important to mention after that big run, Liam Burns, also the kicker, coming in here, and this big extra point, and he gets it no problem. So we're tied up with about 8 seconds in the half.
I'm 30 yards back on this kickoff.
You wouldn't do the rules. You have to be 5 yards from the line.
Oh man, I did everything illegal. I probably broke someone's neck here.
I'm watching you. Oh my God! Hold on, we gotta go back.
Did I hurt someone?
Yes. Hold on. Let's start from the beginning. It's too important. Watch him.
Go ahead.
Launch someone to the ground. Boom.
Woo.
62.
Bye. Goodbye.
So great. Now, I don't know why. I remember Coach Joe on the sideline, like right now, he was screaming to us, after they take a knee, start sprinting in. I'm like, all right, sounds good.
And there you go.
We end up sprinting off the field, and I remember their coach screaming that we were showing them up because we were running off their field. Because like we were happy to be tied with them at halftime, to be honest. You know what I mean? But
I do remember sprinting into the locker room.
Yeah.
The whole team being so amped up.
30 yards back.
I say you get the ball coming out. We have a big.
Oh,
There's
I just missed that tackle. I remember this. Go back a second, T.
Yeah.
I remember him dropping the ball, and I'm lining this kid up. Oof. If he held on one more second, he was
You might have killed him.
The ball would have been back on the ground.
Freaking awesome. So look, they got the ball. This is their 4th drive. They scored on 2 of them. We need a good stop here. They give it to Balco here. I mean, I think it's Kevin Doherty. Kev, just look at yourself on this play. This is awesome, man. This should have been a big play. 77, gets blocked, fights off a block, bounces the guy. You don't make the tackle, but you see the film there. That could have been a huge play. That was a great play, Kev.
Thanks. It's tough to watch next to Todino, who literally just flies off the ball like a freak every play, but I could clog up some lanes here and there.
You did a great job. As here's another play. Well, so earlier in the second drive, they'd run this play for like a 15-yard gain. I got to say something about you, Kutzin. Like, the team would get a run on us, but you were so smart, so well coached that, like, they weren't going to do it again. So they try and run the same play again. And this time you and Chris Phil so well for big loss. Puts them in a 3rd down.
Love that.
They try and run a little reverse play here, a little counter. Johnny with a big tackle. That was a huge 3-and-out. Get us the ball here. So you guys remember anything about this next drive coming? This is a drive that takes the rest of the quarter.
Yeah.
Literally takes the rest of the quarter. I was stunned when I was watching it again. I'm like, we really held the ball this entire quarter, but like literally just a hard-nosed run right at them type of drive. It's going to last the entire quarter. So just this is a good thing just to enjoy the offensive line. Our running backs get to work here. versus a very physical defense. This might be the trick play, Joe. Oh, no, it's not this one.
Yeah, we were doing some stuff that we didn't really practice too much, and I might have even went the wrong way there, to be honest. Something was a little off there.
I may have went the wrong way. I think I was supposed to.
Yeah, something was off, but that's a great run.
Yeah, this is a big run, Chris. This is 3rd and 9 again. This is running down for us. Time we run jet.
Chris had some massive runs in this game, like on 3rd and longs. You'll see later, like on the last drive, like he runs a rocket and keeps the drive going. Like there's a couple of huge runs in this game.
This time we went the right way, and I don't know who that was. 55. Jesus. Ran like a little trick play. He just chased it down. I think 55 was a freshman too.
Yeah, I should have pitched it out to Liam there. I remember.
Johnny again.
Yeah, it's just a massive push by our line.
Yeah,
we really started to run it right at them.
I mean, when you really start to watch this game, and really in the last drive, you'll see it. But like, you know, our backup center, Nick Gizzo, Mike Todino, he's just pushing them off the ball here so well. And that's a big push.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah.
That's a big push. Chris again. First down.
Kept the chains moving.
You can see their defensive line is so gassed right now.
Yeah. I'll save it for the end a little bit, but this becomes a true thing towards the end of the game. Oh, what a hit.
Sorry, John. Were they in cover 2 there, Tony?
I don't know. They were in some sort of zone.
I don't remember that play.
What the hell?
I remember that play. He got crushed.
That was all my fault.
You took a beating this game, Johnny.
Yeah. I remember there was a picture in the newspaper. The photographer caught it perfectly of my head slamming into the ground.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I was in the middle looking back at it. I was just like, oh my God, you're upside down.
Yeah. You landed on your head, you know. This is a typical Coach Fred thing. So he was mad at this point in the game because the Harrison band just would not shut up. Listen to them. So he's like, you know, we're on offense. They can't be playing while we're on offense. So we had to stop the game for 3 minutes to have that discussion. And they never stopped playing, so we didn't win that argument. All right. There's going to be 2 4th downs on this drive that, like, we just barely get. And I think this is the first one coming up after a timeout. I gave it to John. I think you fumbled there, too.
Me? Never.
Yeah, my mistake. And toss to Liam. Oh, my God.
Kutzin out there.
You see that? I got to show that again. Kutzin and Todino were always good for like 3 pancakes a game. This is one of them. 54, guys.
Right guard. They're come around.
How do we only get 2 yards? I'm going to ask you, offensive line, is it frustrating when you lay the guy out in front of you and you turn around like the guy's tackled? Is that a frustrating thing?
Very frustrating.
It's like, what's going on back there?
It's a unit, though, you know?
Yeah, no, it definitely
One
is.
guy screws up, we all screw up.
Johnny's just running great.
Nice run.
Another 4th down coming. It's 3rd down right now. Got a good view of it, Kutzin?
Just got to make sure it's a big spot. Can't be getting cheated in a situation like that.
Should have kicked the ball up a little bit.
Yeah. All right, another fourth down. Do we give it to Johnny or we just run quarterback sneak? Probably give it to Johnny. Yeah.
That was wise this game.
Yes. another
Just hands see the ball.
another big first down. All right, so we're getting there, guys. We're on the 16 right now. 17-yard line. Go to Chris again. This time linebacker. It's Justin Siegel.
Yeah, he came flying.
That's the end of the third quarter, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a 10-minute drive in county, I guess.
Yeah. You don't throw the ball and there's no incompletions. All right, so we got third down here. This showed the speed of Harrison's defense. Watch how they pursued this. It's a fast physical defense. All right, so we got fourth down now. We do throw it here. Some weird stuff kind of happens though. Ball gets tipped. It's intercepted. We catch a huge break. It was roughing the passer on Joe. So we get the ball back.
Yeah, I don't even know if this was a good call.
Yeah, it didn't.
What do you think?
It seemed like a crazy hit. It didn't seem like a crazy hit. We were throwing a slant to Nate. I think it was covered, to be honest. Nate has the ball up, but I don't know. It's tough to say, Joe.
Might have got a little break there, but the stars were aligned for this one.
Yeah. And then all that love we had for Liam might have gone away on this one. Very tough to see, but he fumbled.
Were we back in the eye there?
We're back in the eye. We're back in eye double because we were running a lot of triple this game, but that was still our bread and butter sort of thing. And just trying to get Liam the ball, and Liam, who was great in protecting the ball here, just fumbled there, and I felt a little devastated because I was right on top of him, and I'm like, he definitely fumbled. He was screaming that he didn't, but I'm like, I saw the thing come out.
I mean, 13-minute drive, nothing to show for it. It's tough to swallow.
It was. But we got him a good field position. They go false start here.
Yeah,
I think they just saw Kutzin revving his engines like a friggin' bull, and they went off that. see how furious he is.
Yeah, Koo, you were not afraid to get mad at your boys. One good thing about you as a captain, Robbie checking in with the tackle there. That was a big run for them. Get out of the back of the end zone. So on that drive, I just forgot to mention Claudio Della Carpini, number 21, actually got hurt on the drive, and he's going to be out for the rest of the game. So they have two backup receivers in, which ends up becoming a little bit of a thing. Now, I make this tackle. I make this tackle, but no. This is all Mike Todino. Watch 51. Watch 51. Shoots through. He has to back off of that. I just cleaned up.
Broke him up there.
All right, big play coming, boys.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
You were there, Chris. He just snuck away.
Yeah, run that back for a second.
Ooh, he's quick.
Yeah, so this is Sam Goldman. He's a junior, but he ended up playing at Union College, I think. Sorry, not this play.
I turned my head back to the quarterback. She just kept running with him.
So we actually blow this coverage. So Chris is supposed to have the guy running the wheel. Tommy's supposed to have the post, but you guys just switch it off. It looks like – I remember looking back at this. I'm like, oh, Chris has an interception. And I'm like, the thing just kept going and going.
Yeah, that's a bomb. That's 60 yards in the air.
Yeah, it's a nice throw.
Right on the money.
It was.
But we had to expect this. This is a very good team.
Yeah.
Stuff was going to happen. Again, Todino doesn't make the tackle. For 51, guys. All the young guys watching this game. So you play defensive line. Watch him. Slants in, takes on a block, bubbles it back. Good fill by everyone.
Nice job, Mikey.
play.
All right, 3rd and 5 coming is a big one. So remember, Coach blitzed me this play, I think. No, not on this one. But they threw that hitches play and it went incomplete. All right, 4th down is big play. Back to the same play, throw. Hitch just got the 1st down. I remember being, like, not upset at Tommy there, obviously, but I remember we were in cover 2, so I think he was, like, supposed to try and, like, intercept that, and he didn't jump the route too well, so they got a big completion. All right, it's about six minutes left in the game here. All right, let's unmute. Here comes a big one. I don't know, guys. I wasn't feeling too good after that. It was 195 yards.
The tough one. That kid was a transfer from Rybrook, actually.
Yeah.
Joe Dempsey, number 1. Good player. I remember that.
This is really pivotal just for everyone, you know, that doesn't know the game too well. So they score, but they get a 5-yard penalty on the celebration for some reason. So they decided to go for 2 as opposed to kicking an extra point.
I think it's because Del Carpini got hurt.
Yeah, that
They
makes
lost
sense.
their kicker.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have him as a kicker.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He was like an all-state kicker.
That's right. That's 100% right, Kevin. Good call. Bring you guys on. I don't remember that. So they throw it, they complete it, and they get a penalty again. So this is huge because it should now be 22-14, but they had an illegal man downfield, I think, so now they have to run it again. It's time they throw it. This one hits the ground. All right, so the stage is set. It's 20-14.
Yeah, I remember all that giving us a little bit of momentum. You know, they scored. It sucks, you know, in the 4th quarter, but, you know, just them not being able to get that extra point was big.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let the sound go for this one. Is obviously this is the drive. All right. That you know, there's only about 5.5 minutes left in the game, so you know we need to score. That's it. We need to score right away. Kutzin, you talked about earlier that this kind of humble confidence that we had, like, you know, that even though we were down, we'd still score. You remember feeling anything like this on this drive? You still felt like we were going to go down and score?
I don't remember anything. I just remember thinking like we had to go down and score. I mean, maybe in the back of my head, we just had a great drive, so there was no reason to doubt we couldn't do that again.
Yeah.
I was just so focused in on like doing our job and executing, and I know we had great players that could pull it off. So why doubt?
Right.
But one thing I didn't mention before also was if you watch later in this drive, there's like a minute and a half left, and we're just like walking up to the line.
Was it confidence? Tired? Like, what were we doing?
I don't know. It was looks like lazy.
We were never in a rush.
Right. Especially, yeah.
Clearly.
What was this, 3rd down? 3rd and 1?
3rd down and 1.
Nice.
Probably like 3.5 minutes now. Oh, it's something here I want you to listen to. Listen to Coach Boyer.
This was a huge play. This is what I was talking about before. It's Chris just moving the chains for us. Big run after big run.
Nice.
Huge.
I don't block a soul on that play. But if you guys didn't hear Coach Boyer, he said we need to throw the ball, and then we get Chris on that 16-yard run. That was huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Very
Probably
good.
like 2.5 minutes left in the game now. That was a great run there by Lee.
Dragging people. They were definitely a little tired.
He got out of bounds there. That was huge.
Chris broke a tackle on the play before.
Yeah.
I remember when Chris broke that tackle, I was like, I started to get a little confident. I was like, wow, we're really driving down the field right now.
Yeah.
I pretty much blacked out at this point.
Yeah.
A bit closer. It's like
I remember the last couple of plays, but not everything before.
All right, so things start to go really wrong now. So first
Yeah.
thing is I go off sides. No one lines up on me, so I start like screaming to like throw me the ball or like run rocket our way, which you do. But like while I'm doing that, my doofy ass falls over. You can't see it though. It's pretty funny if you have the other view.
I don't remember that. That's funny.
I remember being like really, really upset because like we didn't need a
Yeah.
false start right there in that moment. That was not good.
Yeah, he almost cost us the game, Tom.
Made up for it.
Things start going worse here.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's Joey fumbled the snap. Chris, who was his main target, fell down. I think we're running some type of seam to Chris.
Oof.
oh man, what a disaster of a play.
Also, we
It
had to
was
use,
bad too.
we had to use a timeout there, so now we're down to one timeout. So now we obviously have to throw the ball because there's only about probably like 45 seconds now, 50 seconds.
It's third down, Tony.
Second.
Second.
So this kid here, number 2, we haven't shouted him out because he's on Harrison, but he was a hell of a player. Number 2 here ends up throwing Liam, who's trying to run an arrow, and then he comes off and
Ooh.
sacks you.
Wow.
Burnett, right, Tony?
Bad.
I actually say he's one of the best players I've ever blocked, to be honest. And
He was a junior in this game too. He was a beast the next year we played them too.
he was.
I
He made a
remember
great
him
play
senior
there.
year for sure.
Yeah.
That was some play though.
So first thing is set up a couple things because obviously we have some big moments coming up here. So after this play, I remember we had called in the huddle trips right, and I was supposed to run a backside post, and I don't remember we're running on the front side here. I remember as I'm walking to the line, you can see it. Watch their sideline. They all start pointing. I don't know necessarily at me because it's not like we threw the ball a lot, so it's not like they were like worried about me, but they definitely were worried about the backside of trips here. So just watch their sideline. They start freaking out.
I think it was you. I think they knew what we were trying to do.
I don't know. I guess like my junior year I had a lot more catches and stuff, but like this year, I mean, I only had a few catches at this point. It wasn't like a big thing.
Where's Nate? Was Nate involved at this point?
All right, so Nate's at the top of the screen here. So there's a lot that goes on over the next 2 minutes that the video really doesn't show.
Yeah.
So first off, Coach Fred, who's the head coach, but the defensive coordinator, doesn't really speak on offense. So I think Fred kind of like stepped up and said, look, they're worried about the backside of trips. They're worried about Tony. Like maybe let's switch him to the other side of trips. While that's going on, we have Joey coming out of the game. We have a freshman quarterback coming in, Tommy DiCarlo, and it's 3rd and 27. We have no timeouts, and there's like 35 seconds left. So, like, we're in just like a horrible situation, and we need a touchdown. So like it's very easy to rag on coaching when it's not good, but I think this was a good coaching decision, like saying, okay, they're calling a timeout to worry about the backside of trips. And if you notice, I'm no longer there. Nate's over here. I'm at the top of the screen. I think that was a really good call because they don't seem as ready for this, even though they cover it pretty well. Let's watch.
Oh my God.
When I die, I want that photo. Them all looking, and I have the ball. That was such a great feeling.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
When I saw the refs
Yeah.
doing this, I couldn't
Tony,
believe my eyes.
I'm the first person at you sprinting.
Yeah. So I do find that funny. I always joke about this with you, Chris, that somehow you're – so first off, protection from the offensive line is great. We don't know why Tommy, just being a freshman, just like decided to roll out. He wasn't supposed to. But I love how Chris is here. Like, you follow my mouse? Chris is here. I don't know. You must have ran like a 4-1 to get down there and be the first one down there. Here you are. It's so funny. But we could be honest now. Like, I definitely pushed off a little.
End of the game.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of contact both sides.
Yeah,
They're hanging on you, too.
so.
You have 3 guys on
in the
you.
NFL, maybe.
Yeah, I think the your video helps me out. I remember like back in 2007 watching. I'm like, no, I didn't push off, and I watched the video. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of did.
Tony, you got to go in the same direction you're going. If you like pushed and went the other way, maybe, but I think you're good.
Competing.
Yeah, 14 has a way better shot at than you did. You made a better play.
I appreciate that.
Calvin Johnson Jr. over here.
Fighting through contact to the ball. It's not like you
Yeah.
extend your arms and push him away.
I mean, it's double coverage.
Yeah. I remember once I caught this ball, I'm screaming at the ref like he didn't know. I'm sure he knew. I'm like, Ty goes to the receiver. Ty goes to the receiver. I'm screaming it at this point. And, I end up just coming away with the ball anyway. And that was huge.
Wow, that was big.
But
Amazing.
Had to get up and spike it. No
Yeah.
time for celebration.
This is exactly right. This is exactly right. There's only 20 seconds left in the game now, maybe 25. We need to spike it, which Tommy does. And then I just want to listen to this because this is just so interesting. The camera guy keeps it on so you can hear Coach Boyer talking to Coach Joe about the plays and things we wanted to do. So it's just a cool moment to listen to.
Do we have a timeout? And listen, next play. Trips. Then trips. Unless you want to throw it right now. It's all the whole play. We need 5 yards.
Oh my God. This is sick.
Okay. All right. So let's pause for a second. So right now, there's 25 seconds left in the game. We have no timeouts. Our coach, our offensive coordinators, we have 2 offensive coordinators, really. But Coach Boyer is, calling the plays in at this point. And he calls in 2 plays. One of them is deuce 10-20-40, which is like our base offense. And then trips double slant. Joey, what the hell happened? Do you remember? Because we don't line up in deuce.
Yeah, I pretty sure I scrambled the 2 plays and I lined us up in the wrong formation. So we're in trips right now. We end up going triple option to the right.
Yeah, red 20.
And the only thing I needed to hear was what Johnny told me, and I'll let you guys take it from there.
So there's this moment here, you can see it on film right now, where Joey's turning back to Johnny. So, Joe, I think you realize at this point, like, we can't run triple option because we don't have a wing on the left. So,
honestly, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Johnny, do you remember what you said?
Give me that.
Johnny was somebody who – he was a captain and he led by example. He didn't really open his mouth very much. And, I heard him talking. I turned around and, he just said, "Give me the ball." And he looked determined, like real determined. And just the way he said it, that was all I needed to hear. He was getting the ball right here.
All right, let's
Oh,
watch.
this is beautiful.
Then I want to talk to my offensive line.
It's beautiful. Get up, C. Oh my God.
All right. So offensive line, we talked about earlier in this game how like we were wearing them down sort of thing, and there was nothing more evident than this. Behind Kutzin, Doherty, Gizzo, Todino and Orlando, like we drove them off the ball here. I mean, for the biggest play of the season, for you guys to literally drive the middle of their defense into the end zone, it was awesome.
It was the greatest feeling on earth.
I love your
It
reaction.
was the easiest block of the game.
Yeah. Mike, your reaction, was awesome. I remember, just specifically, I was running up to the line of scrimmage, to the goal line, just to see if we scored, and I had the perfect view, and that was the first thing I saw come out of the pile, Mike, was you with the arms raised, just going crazy. It was unbelievable.
All that hard work, preparation came down to the final seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, we were perfect all season. Came down to the final seconds. It was amazing.
Push your guy 5 yards into the end zone. Crazy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So there's a moment, I don't know if you can see it in this film, but I kind of realize right now, okay, we're tied, and I'm the long snapper. So I get very nervous right now. The whole drive, I was fine. Even when they called my number to for the, trips right fade to Panio, whatever it was, I was not nervous. Here I was, my heart was coming out of my chest.
Same, Tony, as the holder.
Because this is when you play football, you have a catch. You're used to doing that. You're not so used to doing what you have to do right now. And I know, Kevin, we're not going to rip on you at all, but our kicker in the previous game versus Nyack had missed some pretty big field goals and extra points.
Bring it on.
So we made a kicking change, and we brought in Liam, and obviously gave him the opportunity, and he banged it. I love the Coach Boyer. Yeah, baby. That was so awesome. So at this point, I want to mention for people that are watching this, there's also going to be a link posted, a YouTube link of the final drive posted from the Channel 78. It's an opposite field version with an announcer that goes into a lot more of that. So if you guys want to see the final drive again in the final moments, I'll post a link for that as well. Both are very fun to watch if you want to get a different view and a different feel of it, because that's from our sideline, and I think it's really nice here. So it's 25 seconds. No, it's less now. It's 15 seconds.
17, I think it was.
Yeah. So Kev, you're still the kicker. You're the kickoff guy, I think. Did Coach tell you to squib it, I guess?
Yeah, squib it.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's it's just giving a shout out, a guy like Matt Canner, who didn't play that much, but he gets, a big tackle there on the kickoff, in a huge game. That's awesome. He was a kid that was on the fence with playing. And then he decided to play at the very last minute, and he makes a big play like that, on the kickoff here. So they have to go the length of the field in 11 seconds here. I think Kevin gets going here.
Who's in the middle, coach? Back.
Have obviously some great pressure. So before we go into the final play, just any thoughts you're thinking at this point? Obviously it's become very real that we're about to win a league championship. But Kutzin, you're our linebacker, but you're back in the end zone at this point. Do you remember what Coach was telling you? No, maybe.
What did you say? I can't hear you.
Sorry. Do you remember what Coach told you here? I think you're in the back of the end zone before this play started. Or maybe Kutzin.
I remember. He wanted his best tackler on the goal line just in case any weird stuff happened.
Yeah. Well, they're going to just launch it up on this last play, and then our sophomore corner, Kevin Bronner, is going to make an awesome play and send it on. So let's watch out what happens.
The pressure.
Nice. That was beautiful. What a day.
How you end it.
Tone, were you saying something earlier? I missed it.
No worries. We were just talking about how you were in the back of the end zone, like on the last of the game.
Yeah, great view to watch it end.
Oh, shit. The memories.
I couldn't actually believe that they actually stormed the field, the fans.
Yeah, they were in shock.
I remember running to the sideline to celebrate with you guys, and I remember this wave of people just kind of coming at us. I thought it was so awesome. So let's let the video play out. Then I want to just wrap it up and talk to you guys before we end this. I appreciate you guys coming. But they have the nice undefeated chant, which I remember very vividly right here. C23 not shaking our hands. That's unbelievable. I never noticed that.
On brand.
What a day.
Young Coach Boyer, young Coach Fred, young Coach Jody.
Coach Chiotti. His name is Frank Chiotti.
Mount Rushmore.
What a
Wow.
feeling that was. Oh, my God.
For
All right,
real.
so-
Thank you, T.
Great job, guys. Great job.
Big day, boys.
No.
State champs.
Obviously, obviously appreciate you guys all coming on. I just want to open it up to you guys. We have the box score here, not that it's really anything of note. We know Johnny ran wild for 151 yards. Johnny Martin had 9 tackles. Kevin Bronner had the big interception at the end. But it was just everyone running the ball and everyone blocking. It was just a great team effort on offense, and defense did just enough to win. It was an awesome game. So any final thoughts, anything that you guys remember from the game that you want to just share before we close it out and finish Eastchester Vault Week 1?
We run the ball 58 times.
Sounds about right, yeah. It's a normal day for us.
Seems low.
It does. So many of our players now, like, we'll throw the ball 15, 20 times in a game, like, we should throw more. I'm like, you guys, you don't know what we use.
I love running the ball.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous team effort. Everybody stepped up. This is why we were, one of the great teams of all time. You had Tommy come in, make that huge throw, Tony making the catch, Chris moving the chains, Johnny, Liam with the huge reverse touchdown run before this. It's just like the line, everybody took a turn. It was just tremendous. A tremendous, tremendous team effort, tremendous organization to be a part of. Great team.
Yeah, we really sort of believed in each other all year.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the main thing,
Yep. We're a family.
Put in the preseason fast camp training.
Yeah.
In people's faces. We got Harrison. That was just the level of intensity and preparation we needed all year. That's the kind of team we had to beat. Our goal was to be undefeated going into that game, and would have meant almost nothing if we didn't win.
Yeah. I almost felt like as the season started, like I was surprised, like I had no expectations, but as we started winning some of our first games, and then we beat Beacon pretty handily, I started to really believe we could, really, win a league championship. And the fact that we were able to do it versus Harrison, who just won the section championship, it was just an unbelievable thing. But there was this growing confidence with us, like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And I think we always kind of had it, but like we really, at the end of the year, started to come together and say, we have an opportunity to do this. And I tell you, I go back to it, even though Johnny didn't score on that 90-yard touchdown run, I was that moment. I said we can play with these guys. Like we are just as good, if not better than them, and we're running our base stuff at them, and they're having a little trouble stopping it. Like I felt very confident after that moment. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, this is good.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say this was definitely a game to remember, but I think more importantly, it was a season to remember. Just going undefeated in like the first game, coming out of the gate like strong and hot, and beating the crap out of Panis, and then our second game with Lords, it was kind of a little bit of a wake up call, and like the way we responded to that game, it was just this team that we had was just really something special, and it was amazing to be a part of it.
Yeah, I just want to add one last thing too, is that Tony and John as your co-captains, and it's easier for me to say, but Tony, just like for all of us who know everything you went through that year, and for you to have your game of your life was just like, I don't know if I believe in like angels or spirits, but I did that day, and it was just wild. And to go through that football journey with you, those 4 years from freshman year, to have that game specifically be your game where you made the play, and obviously everyone had a great game, but you with the highlight, just a special moment, and something I always remember as just a magical time. It's like, it's easy to, it's been 13 plus years now. It's easy to forget, but like, I think at that time we all knew like it was something special going on that day and that year. So that was pretty cool to be a part of.
Kutzin and I had a very special bond for 4 years. We played since freshman, and then to have it catapulted into a senior league championship, and then eventually a playoff victory. It really was special. I do appreciate that, Kutzin, and all of us. Like, there's a special bond that I think I all share with you guys. Like, I remember every single player from the team. I remember every single, big moment that we had. And I don't remember that with basketball. I remember that with baseball. So I agree with that sentiment fully. And I love you guys for coming on. I really do thank you. And the fact that, like, I texted you guys and like, yeah, no, 100% we're in. Come watch this. Like, I think that says a lot. And I really do appreciate that, seriously.
Thanks, Tom. Great stuff.
Thank you, T. I love you guys.
This was awesome. Thanks.
Love you guys, man.
Thanks,
This is amazing.
All right, boys.
Big chance, baby.
I appreciate you guys again coming on. We'll start wrapping it up here. Eastchester Vault Week 2 will be out next Thursday, so I appreciate you guys watching this one. And, guys, we will see you next time. Hopefully we'll do another 2007 game in a few months, and hopefully you guys can make it. We'll think maybe we'll do Nyack, maybe we'll do Lakeland, we can do Somers. A lot of good games this year, so we'll definitely be back. So keep an eye on the text.
What's the next game?
I don't know. Let me think about it. We'll get some other years in and some great moments, and then we'll come back.
Hey, Tone, send out like a schedule if you get one organized. I mean, it's tough to coordinate people. I get it, but that'd be good to know what's something to look forward to.
That's a great idea. I will do that. All right, boys.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Good seeing y'all.
See everyone.
All
Good, fellas.
Peace.
Take care, boys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.